Welcome everybody. I am Dr. Cheryl Abayo-Jones with the Morehouse School of Medicine, Masters of Public Health program. For years, I've been working with health professionals and teaching in the field of women's health and sex differences. And I've received many professional and personal inquiries regarding how to find information on women's health and sex differences. Today, I would like to present to you this learning module on women's health and sex differences, health information resources. The project is funded by the National Library of Medicine and aims to increase both the health professionals and the health consumers' awareness of the availability of authoritative and reliable health information resources through the National Library of Medicine and the National Institutes of Health web portal. Researchers, clinicians, professors, and consumers who are interested in the topic of women's health and sex differences will find this learning module particularly beneficial, as you will learn how to reach, navigate, and utilize online resources prepared by health professionals. You will also learn how to find the latest research results in the field. This information will enrich your medical knowledge and understanding and assist you in making well-informed health-related decisions. I would like to introduce you to the leadership team. The project director is Dr. Roland Bernard Wellmaker. The other team members include Dr. Virginia Floyd, Dr. Cheryl Abayo-Jones, Mr. Joe Swanson, and Dr. Jinji Zen. This module focuses on women and diabetes. We're using diabetes, a real-life example of one of the most prevalent conditions affecting African American women, to demonstrate how to use the web portal to find authoritative, credible health information. Many searches for health information often begin with Google or some other search engine that often yields a multitude of resources with wide variations of authority or credibility. However, using information databases established and maintained by the respected scientists, physicians, librarians, and information specialists of the National Institutes of Health and the National Library of Medicine is highly recommended. I am with my colleague Mary, an expert searcher of National Library of Medicine databases. She would like to share a story about her friend Linda and the NIH Women's Health Portal.
Hi, I'm Mary White. I'm on staff at the Morehouse School of Medicine Library and Information Services. I'm a teacher of online medical resources, a searcher, and a trainer. It is my passion to help people help themselves. But today is a special day. It allows me to share with you something that is dear to my heart, women's health. Let me tell you about my friend Linda and her need for health information. My friend Linda had received devastating news from her doctor. She has diabetes. She is terrified by the news because of the things she had heard over the years about diabetes. Linda wondered, what did he mean I have diabetes? I had heard of people talking about diabetes, but I really didn't know what it was, what caused it, or even if it could be cured. My doctor talked to me about it and he gave me literature, but I was still confused. However, he also gave me a National Library of Medicine web portal to visit that focused on women's health. In Linda's mind, she heard blindness, she heard amputation, and kidney failure. At this point, Linda was crying in my $5 latte. I put my arms around her and reminded her that we had been through some tough times and we made it. This is just one more hill that we have to climb together. I asked her to let me take her to her doctor's suggested website, which is authoritative, frequently updated, and easy to understand. A National Institutes of Health, National Library of Medicine web portal that focused on women's health. We found great information on the web portal, and in the next few minutes, I would like to give you a tour around the NIH NLM portal as I once showed Linda. The NLM NIH web portal is divided into 6 areas: health topics, NIH priorities, A through Z index, news and events, NIH research funding, and featured topics. Health topics leads to information about such topics as cancer, diabetes, exercise and fitness, military, and women. NIH priorities provide information about the year's theme for priorities for research in women's health. The A through Z Index is the alphabetical listing of the web portal's topics from abortion to weight loss. The NIH research funding points to the NIH Guide and information for grants and contracts from chronic fatigue syndrome to maternal nutrition and pre-pregnancy obesity. While featured topic is just that, information access to such areas of interest as gestational diabetes, heart disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. In Linda's case, we first wanted to find out more about diabetes, so we clicked on health topics, since diabetes is such a well-discussed topic. Under health topics, we find the term or the word diabetes. In addition to finding diabetes under health topics, NLM also offers multiple ways to access this information. So another way to find diabetes information is to click on the A through Z Index. A through Z Index listed all health topics in an alphabetical order. Since diabetes started with the letter D, we clicked on D to find diabetes. Here it is. We find diabetes. If we click on the word diabetes, we will get the same results. Now that we find the diabetes page, let's look closely at what is offered on the diabetes page. First, we found there was information for the person interested in clinical trials, whether they were patients, family members, healthcare workers, or others looking for studies on a disease or condition. Under clinical trials, there were clinical trials about type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes. Most valuable to me was the Medline Plus site, a consumer health information section about diabetes and pregnancy. The portal also offers us additional resources from other websites, such as the National Diabetes Educational Program, the National Institute on Child Health and Human Development, the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Disease, and the NIH Health information. Among those offered external websites, I clicked on Medline Plus, Consumer Health Information. Linda immediately saw that she knew about diabetes. Her grandparents called it sugar diabetes or just sugar. After reading the definition, she then began to better understand what her doctor was saying. She saw she could sign up to get updates about diabetes and could also get other types of related information if needed. She could also get information in Spanish. She discovered she can now research prescribed medication to see the information she would normally not see until her pharmacy gave it to her. My, what a discovery she made. Some people like to listen and watch rather than read. Well, there is something for them too. Women's health information is available in a variety of formats. There are tutorials, some are video. Again, they are offered in Spanish. Here's an example of what the video looks like. Now back to our story. As you can expect, my friend Linda was impressed and happy with the information she got. She even told her doctor how she found additional information and asked him more questions to gain a deeper understanding about diabetes. Linda's doctor was aware of the web portal and related how he used NIH, NLM information to stay abreast of the most recent medical information on various health topics and upcoming events such as seminars and lectures related to women's health and sex differences. As a researcher, Linda's doctor also uses the web portal to keep abreast of NIH priorities and NIH fundings opportunities. Through health topics, he not only relayed information to his patients through connection to Medline Plus, but he also researches those topics for his research and teaching efforts through sites such as PubMed to find peer-reviewed, evidence-based medical information. All of the search findings led to relevant publication through PubMed and PubMed Central. Searching for information on diabetes varies depending on whether one is a researcher who may look for etiology, mortality, or a consumer who may look for definitions, symptoms, and complications. However, the NIH NLM Women's Health Portal leads all groups to the proper information. The second module will provide more in-depth use of the portal for the health professional. Dr. Jones, back to you.
Mary taught Linda, a health consumer, a lot about using the NIH Women's Health Portal. On her next doctor's visit, she related her great findings, and surprisingly, Linda discovered that her doctor also used the web portal for clinical information. Exactly. Physicians, as well as clinicians, can also benefit from the web portal through news and events to get NIH priorities.